Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of May. Oh, no, this is for mid-May. I'm just kidding. We're doing a mid-May bonus. So let's see what comes up for the middle of May. You have this third quarter moon, and it says adjustments are required. I mean, what I will say to you, Taurus, is that it would make sense to me that you would be experiencing a lot of adjustments, not just like, one or two things. I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing either. Last year we had an eclipse in your sign, in Taurus, and I remember doing those readings and telling everybody that, it was a time of adjustment, that people would have to be super flexible, and people would have to learn how to be flexible during that time as well, because that was like the whole point of that eclipse that we had in Taurus. It's like the whole point of a lot of energy that we've been experiencing. So, again, you have the Eight of Swords, which I really kind of feel is actually your answer to this card. And Eight of Swords just says if one way to do something isn't possible, then you just need to look for another way. and here you go, Nine of Wands, which says don't give up and, keep going and keep trying. Nine of Wands is also my card of experimentation. And sorry, this whole entire deck is upside down, so I'm just going to flip those over. But you have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you need to keep, adjusting, like I said. But I feel like you need to make smarter adjustments as well. Like if you're starting a business or if you're working on your career, whatever it is that you're doing, it's almost like you need to pay more attention to results is kind of like what I'm getting here. We even go down to, Seven of Pentacles to the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is like saying that, you could be playing it a little bit too safe, especially whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you want, right? Love, business, money, health, whatever. It doesn't matter. I feel like this goal is this reading is talking about a goal that you have, which we see right here. Ace of Pentacles is literally the card of having a goal, something you want to accomplish. And then we go to you right here, Hierophant. So it's clearly something that will make you feel very fulfilled and happy, or will have you kind of vibing really high. I feel like you've been very patient. You've been working on things, patiently behind the scenes. But it just I kind of get that feeling here, Taurus, where it's there are just certain things that I feel are, kind of missing, or it's not like they're missing. I feel, because I feel like you can easily find the answers here. But it's kind of giving me the feeling of skipping over something. And maybe that's what you are experiencing, right? Here's what I mean by that. It's me, I have ADD. Luckily I have two people in my life, my assistant and my brother. They both double check every freaking thing that I do, because it's even a few months ago, I hired a person for another job, and they didn't do the job at all. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? But I submitted the job, right, for this person to do. And I missed an entire, 2 paragraphs that I needed to include in there that was this is what you have to do, right? And so totally my fault, right? But if it's if I don't have people double check things, I skip over things. And I kind of have that feeling here where it's you could be, maybe you skip over something, or maybe there's just a little bit of information that you don't understand. It's I've worked with a lot of businesses over the years as well, and it's many times a business will say to me oh, we're doing exactly what this other business is doing, but they're, more successful, or they're fine, they're, they grew 10 times quicker or whatever. But it's when I actually look, they missed a lot of stuff. So it's I kind of get that feeling here, and I don't even think this is a bad reading, by the way. I think this is a good reading. It's in whatever you're trying to accomplish, it's what is missing here with the Ace of Pentacles, and hopefully we can get an answer in this reading as well. You have the King of Cups here. Could be love coming in for you. You have the Hierophant. You have this courtship card with this Lovers card in the Kipper. So if you're looking for love, looks pretty good to me. Definitely could be a water sign, Leo. Could be an earth sign as well, of course. I'm pretty sure you get those exact 3 signs every single time: water, earth, or Leo. Every single reading I do for you. So, there you go. Take it how it resonates. I also get moving here. Some of you could be moving or thinking about a move, but let's see. You have the Eight of Cups wanting to pop out there, by the way. I don't take pop outs, but it is interesting. We will keep it in mind. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. Something has come to an end. Something, I feel like something has evolved. I almost feel like this has already happened, by the way, here, Taurus. If you have been struggling in business or work or your career, or it could be anything else, love. It's there's already been this ending. Something has already kind of maybe made you feel like you can't it's like you can't find the freedom that you want. It's like, I wish I had a good example of like what I'm trying to say right now. But it's like sometimes we think if we make a change that it's going to change everything in our life. Like, it's like, I don't know, years ago I grew up in Connecticut, which is like, boring as shit, right? And I moved from Connecticut to Seattle, and I thought that it was going to change things. But really, I never, the whole time I lived there, I never felt like I lived on the West Coast, right? It's like it didn't change anything in my life. And, I kind of feel that here, where it's like maybe you thought that, I don't even feel that this is like grass is greener, type of, syndrome here. I feel like maybe you have made some changes and you thought that you were going to be able to create a change. And I get this feeling of being like, I'm not saying you're settling, but what I am saying is don't settle. Like, don't think that you can't create the change that you want. With the strength card, you have this star. Yes, your goal is within reach. The star is about having a North Star. It's about kind of having a guiding light, having something to focus on that can change your life, or having something to focus on that you keep working towards so that you can be successful. I think everybody needs a North Star right now, so that's what I'd focus on. With the King of Cups, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. Three of Wands is also a card of needing to take advantage of an opportunity. See, I kind of feel here, well, actually, I'm going to show you over here. You can see right here that there is this boat behind the King of Cups. And I always say that the boat on the King of Cups is very specific. It represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't know where they were going. They wouldn't even know if they were going to find land. So it's kind of like a card, the King of Cups, he has an adventurous spirit because of that boat that's on the card. And he can also represent like stepping into the unknown. You had that Eight of Cups popping out at the beginning. You have the Three of Wands. There are normally 3 boats in the harbor. Everybody says the Three of Wands is your ships coming in, which it can represent, but the ships are going out. If you look at the ships on the Three of Wands, they are pointing out into the sea. So really, the Three of Wands can represent an opportunity where you feel like there is none. And, so I kind of feel that there could be a big opportunity, which we see, and I feel like I've been saying this to you. We see it right here. The Ace of Pentacles is literally the card of a big opportunity, and I feel like it's an opportunity that is probably going to take you in new directions. I do feel like there's an element of needing to overcome something. I kind of get that imposter syndrome feeling here, Taurus, where it could be like how you feel about like what you are capable of accomplishing in life, or it could be anything like that. Let's put it that way. Next, you have this Wave of Emotions card. It says, a new experience will enter your life that will stir a wave of emotions within you. Literally the King of Cups, right? He has very deep emotions. You have the Soul Family. It says, prepare to meet those who share similar frequency levels to you. There you go. It's like, have you been going for the wrong people? Have you been, especially like in business, if you're trying to start a business or a career, it's like, are you going for the wrong people? Or, is there another group that you could belong to if you're like trying to find love? It's like, do your friends prevent you from finding love? And a lot of people might say, my friends don't prevent me from finding love. But if you have a bunch of single, miserable friends who hate every single person that you date, that is probably not very good for your love life, right? So, I always tell people, avoid miserable people. Because they'll just make your life more miserable. I also tell people avoid unlucky people as well, because they'll just make your life more unlucky, right? And I kind of get that feeling here of like needing to make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right people so you can get the things you want. But clearly, I love this Wave of Emotions, a new experience entering your life that will stir a wave of emotions. Damn, Taurus, I love that. You have the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords definitely says you need to see it. I would kind of encourage those tiny little steps. We're in a time of confidence. We're in a time where I believe that we are being required to be more confident than ever, and nothing is just going to happen. We have to be bold and assertive and really make things happen. And this is going to be true for the next 20 years. So, anything you want in your life, you're really going to have to go for it. But if you do that, you'll be very successful. The other thing I encourage people to do is like just take those small steps. Just do the little things to get more confident. It's like, can you take like whatever scares you or whatever area of your life you want to be more confident in? How can you break it down into the smallest part and, do the small parts and then kind of add on top of that? And, I feel like that's what this is talking about. I also feel like it's saying like you need to see that there's clearly a big opportunity coming in for you here. And, I feel like it'll bring a wave of emotions into your life. There you go. You have this Seven of Pentacles as well. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction, so we already know that there needs to be a change. I feel like in the last reading I did for you, I was kind of like saying that there needs to be some sort of change in the way that you do things. This could be in business, work, love, pretty much anything. People always ask me, like, does that mean I have to quit my job? And I always say, no. Tarot should not be taken literally, number one, and I do this for a living. I love tarot, but, to me, I think some people take it way too literally, right? But what it does mean is it's like, can you change the way that you do your job? You don't have to leave your job. Same thing in love. It's like, if you want more out of your relationship, communicate or, do something to make that happen. We are in a time of doing. Like I said, it's like the people who just quit things, are going to have a hard time. And again, what I would say is, obviously, if you're like in an abusive situation, I feel like you shouldn't have to clarify this, but someone always brings it up. They're like, I'm with a person who beats me every single night and, takes a hammer to my head. I'm like, well, obviously, leave. Like, I shouldn't have to explain this, but, apparently I do. Same thing with like work. It's like, obviously, if there's another job that could pay you a lot more money, leave and go get that other job, or actually get that job first, then leave. But, I feel like there's some sort of change that needs to happen here with the Seven of Pentacles, right? It's like you're being made, for whatever reason, I get the word confidence. She is pretty confident, the Nine of Pentacles, and it doesn't matter what gender you are either, but she is very confident in her abilities. She's very confident in what she is able to create and have in her life. So, I feel like embracing your confidence or, being more confident would be a good idea with the Nine of Pentacles. She's also very focused on her environment. And again, like I was talking about the moving at the beginning of the reading because of this card, because she can represent, changing your environment, but it's like sometimes we change our environment and nothing happens. So, it's going to be different for all of you, but some of you could be thinking about changing your environment here, like moving, traveling, but it could also just be like rearranging a room in your house or something like that. But let's see. With the the Eight of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords here. You see something very clearly going this direction. You could have your guard up against a past person for sure. I really feel you're more focused on new if you want love just in general. So, it's almost not even worth mentioning, but, I feel like if you do have a past person who stabbed you in the back, it's like you see it very clearly. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Hermit. I think that it's time for you to leave hermit mode. Right next to it, we have the Star. And traditionally, the Hermit has the Star in his lantern. And, I feel for a lot of you. Sorry, I just have to fix something real quick because there we go. But normally he has the Star in his lantern, and you have the Star right here. And so sometimes I feel that the Hermit needs to shine that Star. That Star is really his like inner light, his inner guidance system, and he needs to like blast that Star all over the place. And that's kind of what I feel you need to do here is like, there's something that needs to come out that you could be holding back on. And remember, I was talking about confidence. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the the Magician. The Magician is amazing. Definitely a very successful new beginning coming in for you. I feel like if you've been asking for something or praying for something, like you're going to get it, is what I'm getting here. So, like even over here, you have this courtship and lovers card, but I'm also getting that this could just be an opportunity that you've been hoping and praying for, like whatever it is. It could be, business opportunity or an opportunity in your health or something else. So, again, next, we're going to look at it right now. You have the lovers in this courtship card. Clearly, there could be love coming in for you, for those of you that want it. And this would be a very solid relationship from what I can see here. I feel like there, needs to be communication. I would say that every single person I read for nowadays, since the beginning of this Mercury retrograde, there needs to be communication. This was like a little bit of a rocky retrograde just in general, as far as I'm concerned. So, I had a lot more issues than normal. And so I guess, this could be an issue, but at the same time, I do feel like there could be communication rushing in from a person, or you could be communicating with a person, take it how it resonates. But it could be love. But I'm also just getting courtship, like something could be courting you, like an opportunity, which we see right here, Ace of Pentacles. So you have the Knight of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. The Knight of Swords is a card of rushing forward and charging forward. Normally, I would say, like, don't be too hasty with the Knight of Swords because he can make mistakes. But I actually feel something could be moving at a rapid pace, but it's actually going to be very successful for you here, Taurus. And we kind of see that right here with the Ace of Pentacles. Here's the thing, is I feel like you're clearly going to need to be very flexible. Like I said at the beginning of the reading, you're going to have to learn how to adjust as well. You have that Nine of Wands. Just because something doesn't work one way doesn't mean it won't work another. You know, Nine of Wands is my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, we have to experiment. We have to try new ways of doing things with the Nine of Wands. It's in more than 9 sometimes as well, right? So it's like, I think that sometimes with the Knight of Swords, which we see right here, sometimes that card to me can say that we are quitting before we become successful, right? It's like, sometimes I feel like he maybe quits too soon because he's rushing towards the past. He's going this direction, right? So sometimes I look at him as getting very close to a finish line, but turning around before he gets there and rushing back. And I kind of feel like this is saying, like, see something through to the end. You have the Two of Wands here, which is also like kind of an answer for you, I feel, because Two of Wands says you have to leave a comfort zone. We are in a time of comfort zones. We are in a time where people are going to want to be taken care of, are going to want to be comfortable. But I feel like people who get used to being uncomfortable are going to be very successful. You might be saying, like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's like, you know, I think there's just going to be a lot of laziness in the future. So the people that aren't lazy obviously are going to be successful. And the other thing is that the people who are willing to explore new horizons, which the Two of Wands is all about, are, again, going to find opportunities that other people don't find. So, you know, I would like get moving with this energy for sure. But let's see. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, a lot of patience in this reading. Temperance, the Strength card as well. So I feel like you've been waiting for some changes, or you've been waiting for, you know, a lot of changes in your life with the Temperance card here. The Temperance card is also a card of alchemy. It's a card of like turning one thing into another. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to, you know, this is a card of like needing to turn situations around. And maybe that's like your spiritual lesson right now, Taurus. And I kind of feel like it is. I feel like the universe is saying, like, no is not an answer. Or you shouldn't take no as an answer is what I should say. It's like, if you get a no, which might not literally be a no, but, you know, maybe something isn't working. I feel like the universe wants you to learn how to twist those situations and turn them into a yes. With the Ace of Pentacles, yes, you have the Chariot. Are you kidding? Definitely a lot of success coming in for you. Definitely a major victory. Some of you, this could be a move. I kind of said that earlier and when I was talking here about your environment. So if you want to move, this is actually looking like a good move. I wasn't sure how I was feeling. I wasn't sure if I was feeling like you were going to move and maybe it just doesn't feel different, kind of like I explained earlier, or if changing your environment would be beneficial. The thing is normally with the Nine of Pentacles, I consider an environment change to be extremely positive. But in this reading, I just felt like I wasn't sure. You know, so I mean, that was my intuitive feeling. So I kind of feel like maybe you're not sure, like whether or not a move or making a move or changing your environment. Again, you don't have to literally move. The Nine of Pentacles could say, you know, I always use the example, like I wasn't sleeping for months at this old apartment I used to live at, and I moved my bed and I literally slept fine after that. So it's like the Nine of Pentacles just says, is there something literally around you in your environment that you could change, that could make you more successful? Again, I come in here every morning, I hit one button, it turns on. Like if I had to turn everything on, it would be like 900 things. I have like 10 things over here, all my cameras, all my lights and everything. It would just be like way too much, right? So having that change in my environment made me more productive, right? So it's like, are there changes you can make? With the Two of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups. Whatever you were looking at here is clearly going to be successful. It's like you're looking at something on the horizon. That's like the feeling that I get here for you, Taurus. You're looking at something in the future and it's going to make you very successful, whatever it is. But I feel like you have to move towards it. You know, you have to take the risk. And again, you're going to have to like experiment your way to success with this thing. Next, in your last row here, you have this ending card. And this is from the Threads of Fate Empyrean Oracle. Full disclosure, I have a business relationship with Threads of Fate. They're launching 3 awesome new decks that you can find out more about down below. And again, this video isn't sponsored by them, but you should probably know that, again, I have a business relationship with them. So there you go. But this card, I do feel like there is an ending coming in for you. It's kind of weird how I see this. You have the Nine of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. The Nine of Wands, it's almost like I see you leaving those 9 wands behind. Like literally, which is what he's doing, but I get a different feeling than I normally get on the Nine of Wands here. It's like you're I feel like those are all, accomplishments and, little bit parts of you from the past. And it's almost like they are parts of you that provide you with comfort. And I feel like you're only bringing one thing forward right here, this wand. It's like you're kind of, it's very weird. It's like I feel like you're kind of like stepping forward with like less, but not in a bad way. It's almost like you're reinventing yourself, right? Maybe that's a better way to put it, which again, we do have the magician here. The magician is the card of reinvention, but it's almost like you're kind of looking back at maybe old stories or things in your environment or people, places, and things from your past life or, your old life, maybe just years ago, and you're like walking away from those things. I feel like you're walking away from comfort, but like this is a good thing. I feel like you're growing significantly, or you will. It's a very deep reading. Again, there is love here, but I really feel, as usual with you, Taurus, this reading is all about you. Six of Pentacles is another card of experimentation. This whole entire reading is like greatly encouraging you to experiment, to try new things, to do things differently, to come up with different ways of doing things. Like all of that is going to make you much more successful. And you have the hierophant here. So the hierophant, of course, can represent you, Taurus. You're showing up in a strong position. I literally feel like you are becoming like the major arcana version of yourself. You're becoming the hierophant. So I feel like you're becoming stronger, more successful, kind of like stepping into your like true energy here. But let's see where this is going for you, Taurus. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles, definitely someone wants to communicate with you, or you want to communicate with someone. I definitely feel that here. Page of Pentacles is also the card of studiousness, and I'm a big fan of learning right now. We've just had over the years a lot of Capricorn energy. We had Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is retrograding back into Capricorn until next year when it fully moves into Aquarius. We had Saturn in Capricorn back in 2016. So, it's like we had a lot of learning energy. And again, people always say, but Chris, those planets aren't in that sign any longer. Yes, exactly. When a planet leaves a sign, that's when you have to work with the energy. So you have many years of working with that energy, of using your powers of being able to learn for yourself. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, definitely like waking up to your true potential here. And again, I feel like there could be like a surprise big opportunity with that Ace of Pentacles, but like right here, but it could be an opportunity to move. It could be an opportunity to change your job or to get something kind of different going. With the Hierophant, you have the Three of Swords here. This could definitely be a separation, but like I feel like you're leaving something behind. Like I said, I don't even feel bad about this Three of Swords. This whole entire reading is amazing. So, I definitely feel like things are going to be improving for you. This looks really good. We're going to pull 5 main themes now this is the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. You have this Endurance card. So, I feel like endurance is your middle name, Taurus. It's like you don't give up. I feel like you have been really kind of pushing forward. I don't care how old you are. I feel like you've been really kind of just trying to make things happen. And that's what I see here. Next, you have this Friendship card. Again, new friends. We're talking about new people surrounding you. So surrounding yourself with like better opportunities, better people. I think all that would be a really good idea for sure. Next, you have this Devotion card. I feel if you're attracting love, you could be attracting a person like this. This is like a till death do us part type of card. You can see the dead bird here. How cute is that, Taurus, right? But again, if you're looking for love, definitely could be attracting someone who is like devoted. Next, you have this Birth card. It could be birth, but I really don't see that. I feel like this is more birth as in the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities to be more successful in life. But I feel like you're going to have to take bigger risks. And also, like I said, if you have to start taking small risks and then build up to those bigger risks, then that's what I would do. And finally, you have this Submission card. Very interesting card. I'm going to show you over here. Because there's this bird, but it's in this cage, but the door is open. So it's like, I feel like the universe is really saying like, hey, you have been set free and you don't even realize it. So again, take bigger risks, try to make things happen and don't give up. Try different ways of making things happen as well. I think that'll make you very successful. But I love this reading for you, Taurus. I like where it's going for sure. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.